It is Friday, MFers. Like, I wonder if I'm going to get dinged already. Like, that quickly in the video, just MFers. Ding, done. You know, anyway. So, I went to bike night last night. And I took the long way. Let me see what my final frickin' odometer, whatever you want to call it. So I went to a local watering hole last night for bike night. Haven't done that in a while, just to hang out with some brothers and sisters and had a good old time, and took the long way. So there's two ways to go. I can blast on the turnpike and be there in 50 miles or whatever, because I do live far away from a lot of people. Anyway, but as you can see here is that 166.9. I took the long way, so 170 miles-ish there and back, out Highway 80, past the sugar fields and through some small sketchy towns, and then, you know, just made it a nice ride, you know. And then, as you can see, though, I was on a rural highway, and I've got some cleanup to do, you know, like, this is just Florida this time of year, as you get this wonderful sort of sheen of carnage and death. Ooh, that one's big. So, this video isn't actually about cleaning bugs off your bike. I gotta do that just because of, why would I, you know, work on a bike this funky? So I'm gonna just clean the bugs off of this guy real quick. And then I've got a light to put on that's been on back order for a long time that I'm excited for, that I've never had before. So we're gonna put this on. It's a really easy install, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's come back after the vroom vroom and we'll clean the death and destruction and carnage off, and then we'll put this light on. All right, so I have carcassed the front of the bike. That's the only way I can describe it. And I noticed an issue that I believe is just because the paint's not completely cured. So you guys know I rebuilt this bike. It started as a black Ultra Limited. It took the entire body off and put a whole new body on by Advan Black, except for two pieces, or two areas, I guess. The outer fairing cap, because Advan doesn't make one, the front fairing cap, and the lowers, because these are the wet head ones that have radiators in them, and Advan doesn't make those. So I took them to a local shop, and this is not the shop's problem. And I had a local shop paint my outer fairing cap and my lowers. I got the paint from a place named Colorite. Good reputation, but one thing that even the body shop said, I don't feel like there's a hardener in here. Like, I think this is going to be soft for a really long time, so just be aware. It is. So this is not, again, this isn't even advanced stuff. This is a local body shop, and it's not their fault either because they're fantastic. It's just this candy paint I got from Colorite is soft, and I got to figure out how to bring it back because all the big bugs they just took off, there are divots in the clear coat. I'm going to set it in the sun. I bet that'll take it out, but damn, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Not the topic of the video, and I'm not sure that you can see it, maybe. There are divots, not hard divots, like where soft spots where the bug's just embedded in the clear. And it's not like the clear, it's just, you know what I mean, the actual impact. Like, oh my God, that's awful. Anyway, I mean, I don't know what to do about it right now, so I'm going to take the fairing cap off. I'm going to set it in the sun right there. I bet that'll fix it, you know, soften up the clear and make it lay level. But something to know, I'm sure it'll harden eventually, but it's still soft evidently, even though it's quite a few weeks old. So, damn. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm adding the light that goes up here. I always felt like Batwing bikes need trim around the vent and they need trim up here, and I've never had one before. And it's been on back order forever. I already started to screw out. No, that's not missing. They make a chrome one with lights in it. It's been on back order forever and it just showed up. So we're going to add the trim light. But let me get this in the sun for a bit first, and hopefully that'll help. Well, here's hoping that the sun can do some work. See? You can see it now, I bet. All those divots have been driven into the clear by the bugs. God damn. Well, nothing to do about right now other than trying to heat it up. I already tried a little rubbing compound. That didn't do it. I mean, I could wet sand it, but then I'd have low, you know, I'm taking too much clear off. But anywho, well, all right. So let's do the light. The thing we were planning on the whole day. Let me unbox that, and then we can get started getting that strip up there. Oh my God. She actually showed up. I mean, I contacted her people, and I said, could I get Mrs. Monkey to appear in a video? And they were like, well, they sent over a rider, and then the rider was like, only green M&Ms, and only if you look at me with such hatred and anger and rage.
We have a live tonight?
Yeah, you just changing the topic, huh? Yeah, so we're going to finish up this light. Then we got some lights to put on her bike, but that'll be a separate video. So, say hi, everybody. Oh, naughty. I liked that. That was good. All right, so I guess what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and get the fairing out of the sun, put it on the bike, and finish this light. And then we'll just put the bike in the sun. And, that'll do that. Then we'll start on hers. But I'm confident the sun's going to help. And,
Yeah.
other than that...
You don't want to leave it out too long because then it will catch fire and Dallas won't come help me.
Oh, for the jugular. I'm telling you.
Fly. Love you, Dallas.
So you're not mad? He's really worried.
I'm just curious why he thinks you don't like him.
I don't know.
Where did you get that?
One of my favorite people, but I don't know. He's just thin-skinned.
Don't worry about it. I'll walk out of the building on my own.
That's right. Carrie in Dallas.
Well, I'm going to carry Droop, honestly.
Oh, now you just made it worse. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this back on so we can put the light on the trim jobby niner thinger action. There's not much to this. I mean, like it goes on. They give you new hardware, but the flies are. Hang on. So as expected, this goes on the top of the fairing, and these lights go into that module there, and then it plugs in line with the turn signals, which are down there. I can get them real quick. The plugs that go into my current turn signals, these need to go into. Not a big deal. It is a sequential light, so real easy. Again, so from the trim on either side into its little module, and then this module will go between your turn signal plug inside the fairing, which I've already messed with before because I have the special ball mill jobbers that are right here, if you can kind of see those. So I'm just going to plug those in line and we'll be done. This is not going to take long, so I'll be back. Okay, so second easiest light install that I've ever done. Maybe third, because if you're just doing the ProBeam bulbs, then yeah, that's nothing. But essentially all I did was I laid the trim piece up here and I dropped the wires down, found my turn signal wires, unplugged them, plugged them in sequence, and done. Now, there's if you have aftermarket turn signals that have a module in line already, I hope I don't confuse you here. You may have to plug this module in before or after that one. Just play with it. You're not going to screw anything up. So, for example, when I first plugged this up, this side went in sequence and this side didn't. So that told me that I had the module that came with this in the wrong position in the chain. You know what I'm saying? So I just flipped it around. There's only two options, so I flipped it around to the other side, and bam, now it works. So there she is, white light. Turn signal sequential. Now I haven't synced all these yet, so later on I'll show you how you do that. There's not much to it. Basically, you just turn the hazards on the bike and let it run for a while, and the bike will resequence all the lights, so that if you're getting flicker on your screen, it's not happening in real life. It's just camera stuff. But so yeah. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and button up the front. I'm going to wire tie some wires so they're nice and hidden. Isn't that a mess? Right now, it will be better in a minute. Put the fairing cap back on, mount this up, on the front where it goes, and I'm done. I mean, like, that's a pretty friggin' easy install. I'll put on the screen right now what the price is, because I forgot to look, but it's not bad. It's a nice piece of chrome with some LEDs in it, so can't go wrong there. Let me finish this up and we'll be done. All right, so with the lights off, you just see it's a nice piece of chrome, but we'll kick her on and show that got a lot of light out of it. A buddy of mine has the same part but in black on his CVO you showed me last night, and it's funny that it had showed up today, this one, and he just showed me his last night, and it's pretty badass. So a lot of light comes out of it, so you don't need the passing lamps as much. I'm still, comment down below what you think, but I'm thinking before the Sturgis rally, I might still put my passing lamps back on, because you roll up in the Black Hills, you can use all the friggin' light you can get, because in the dark, it's the moon. I mean, there ain't no light up there at all, so you got the stars and that's it. So turn signals, we'll turn those on real quick, and then I'll show you how to sync them. So they are a sequential light, right? And then same as what I was going to say earlier, this is the what third easiest light. These bags, whatever they're called, these strips here. We got a set of those for the CVO. We're gonna do in a video real quick separately. The missus wants to put them on herself, and those are even easier. Nothing to it. So now I'm gonna sequence them all. So what I'm gonna do is turn the bike off. This is how you set the flasher. This works on a 14 and later, I guess. All the bikes that have CAN bus, which I think is 14 or later. But anyway, how you do that, if you want to sync all your LED lights, ignition on, hazards, let them go for a second, ignition off, and let them go, and you'll probably see they might even do some funny stuff here in a minute. Yeah, see how they just stop for a second? See, they're resequencing right now. They're timing the flashers. All right? So now you can tell they've settled on it. They say you need to run this for 2 to 5 to 8 minutes or whatever with the hazards on. My experience is that it doesn't take that long. It only takes, 30 seconds or so for everything to resequence. But anytime you're adding or changing LEDs in your bike, it's a good idea to do that because the timing may be off. And if you have your dealer do your installs, nothing wrong with that, they may not do this at all. So you may want to, for your own sanity, when you get home, do this if you have some LEDs added. And then what you do to finish the sequence is turn the ignition on, and then turn the hazards off, and then turn the ignition off. You're sort of saving, essentially, the settings there. That's awesome. I deleted everything after what you just saw. Like the whole, when you end the video and say thanks for watching, and if you're not a subscriber, please do that. Hit the subscribe button. It means everything to me. And all that other stuff's gone. So I guess I'll show you the bike again because I don't remember what I had said. So I'm using my phone. I apologize if there's wind noise, but here is the trim in the sun. Is that sun helping? Oh, it is. I mean, it's still there, but oh yeah, that's helping. Okay, that's great. That's exciting. I still got to clean some more remnants off, bastards. So yeah, that's okay. So getting her hot's helping. Maybe I just leave her in the sun a lot. What it is, I mean, it's gonna harden with time, but it's still soft. If you don't know, I'm talking about the beginning where the pock marks in the clear. That's a great looking part. I really like that thing. So now I guess one thing left to say is make sure you join us on a live stream tonight. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. Already shooting another video today featuring Mrs. Monkey, which is very special because I can't get her to come on camera most of the time. But we'll knock that out pretty soon. She still has some work to do. But 8 p.m. Eastern. If you've never been to a Pro Monkey Live, basically we just have pranks and tell jokes, have a good time, talk bikes and rallies. A lot of stuff that we've got planned that'll be fun to talk about. And I absolutely love, before we go any further with this, I absolutely love when channels, Droops and Baggers and Brews and all of them have a bunch of people on and we all sit around and talk. It's a tremendous amount of fun. But on our lives, what we've been doing out of requests from y'all is we just talk to you. So me and Mrs. Monkey just sit there and talk to the side chat. And it seems to be that everyone prefers that. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to have some drinks, tell some jokes, have a good old time. Come join us. Come hang out. 8 p.m. Eastern until I make an ass of myself, to be honest. And the missus kicks me under the desk and tells me time to shut her down. So see you tonight at 8. Take care of each other out there. We'll talk real soon. Did you tell I forgot to say that?